Good evening, good afternoon, good wherever you are in the world. I'm Kelari Cuddles, and this is a Kelari Showcase. Kelari Showcase, one day we will have a transition, so you ain't gotta hear me sing this song. So, in last week's episode, I did my first ever Simply Booty. I kept calling it Simply but one day I will get the vocabulary right, don't you worry. Simply Booty is where we take a look at indie games in particular, as I do enjoy indie video games because well, I just do. But we take these games and we take a look at them and see if they are simply great despite their indie status, because let's be real, a lot of people kind of like overlook indie games because they only want AAA titles. They want the big titles from the big companies and never consider, are the indie titles worth a damn? And let me tell you, some of them are worth a damn. But we also look at the other side of indie games, as a lot of them post like cool trailers or cool banner art, or like the pictures you see on Steam are like awesome looking, and then you play the game and it's simply booty, which is the premise of that segment. Is it simply great or simply booty? So, in last week's episode, we played a game called Summoner's Gambit, and I was very disappointed with the game, as it was very confusing. It was overall it was confusing. And it led to the question, or me stating that in next week's episode, being today, that we were going to talk about the importance of a tutorial, because when I review games, and I have reviewed a few, and I have other than that I've just reviewed a few, um I have one thing that I am always a stickler on, and that is a tutorial. Because I always say, if you could take the time to make the game, you can take the time to make a tutorial. Because not every gamer is going to know how to play your game. Now, I don't want to rip badly on Summoner's Gambit, don't get me wrong. When I first saw the game, it had, like, I love the art style. First off, I love that 8-bit new bit kind of feel to games that we see trending in indie games. But I really like the art style. I really liked when I read like what the game is about. I was like, ooh, I like that. And then just looking at the visuals of the game, it was very, very nice and appealing to my eyes. So of course I want to play it. And it's the type of game I enjoy. I love TCGs that are also roguelikes in a sense. So I was interested in playing this title. My problem with said title is when I played the tutorial. The tutorial ultimately left me questioning a lot about this game. Like, yes, it did explain how to ultimately play the game. Like, you draw cards, you discard them, you can only have a certain number of points before you bust, and yeah, okay, so it explained that, but it still didn't really give me a gateway into what I was actually understanding. Because after the tutorial, I was still left in a, how do I play this? But after a while of playing the game, I was able to pick it up because of my background in playing these type of games, which there leads to the problem. My background is in these games, so yes, I can figure it out and jump into it. But what about the gamer who is new into TCGs? What about the gamer who just sees your art style and goes, ooh, I want to give that a try, but doesn't normally play your type of games? But what about the person that's completely over here, never played those types of games, has never thought about playing those type of games, has decided, I want to play this type of game? We're talking about those gamers. Is your game going to allow these players who don't normally play TCGs jump in and be able to go along with the game? Maybe yes, maybe some people grasp it better than I do, but I don't think so. If I have a problem, I know there's someone else who will have a problem. So, there's one issue: is your game inclusive enough for everyone to play it? I think if you have a tutorial that does not explain it very well, you are not going to be very inclusive to other players because I didn't understand it and I play these type of games. I was able to figure it out, but the other problem came with understanding the world of this game. There are stats. There were things like there was like +1, -1, +2 to voodoo, +6 to, it's like, okay, I didn't understand what +2 to voodoo means or world eater means because there was no understanding of the stats either. So it wasn't just the tutorial, it was also like I didn't understand the value of these words that I was reading. So it made the game very unenjoyable. Sadly, because I wanted to enjoy the game a lot. But this is not the only game I've had this experience. I have played other indie titles where that was the case, where I play a game, there's no tutorial, so I have no idea what I'm doing, so I just don't enjoy myself. And yeah, it's not fun. So you have to ask yourself as a game dev, do I want my game to be only for one type of gamer, or do I want everyone to play my game? Because if I was making games, I would want everyone to play my games because that means more of this, more money. And that's what you want as a gamer. Well, not a gamer, you want that as a game dev, but so you can make more games or extend on the content in which you have already made. So, with that said, please add tutorials. If you're an indie dev out there or you're a AAA title, please add a tutorial to your game. If anything, add add a button to skip it so people who don't want to go through the tutorial can just go, "Oh, I know how to play these games." Skip, boom. But the people who are like, "I'm not sure how to play this," the tutorial's for them. Or the tutorial might be for someone like, hey, I may play titles like this all the time, but I have never played this title. This title could be different. This title could have new mechanics in it. This title could have new concepts in it. Could have new different additive, different features. So they might still want to play the tutorial just to, get their bearings straight. So what's your take on this? Is a tutorial necessary in a game for you to enjoy it? Or are you like me and you think, hey, there should be tutorials so people know what the hell they're doing? Comment down below and let me know what you think. And if you liked my content, make sure you hit that like button, the subscribe, and the little notification bell to know when I make new videos. As I always post every Saturday, a Kelari showcase where we talk about something gaming related of some kind. Thank you for watching my TED Talk. Actually, not a TED Talk at all. But if you trickle down into the About section, you'll see my other socials as I do other types of content like live stream on Twitch, and then also do TikToks and this as well. Thanks for watching. Stay cuddly, my friends, and see you next week. Mwah!